Stephen, a really impressive victory here this afternoon. What was your take on that performance?
Yeah, obviously we spoke about it before the game about what we could expect for Leipzig. You know, they were going to be really physical, really aggressive with how they pressed, and they started the game really well. We wanted to start the game kind of fast. We wanted to almost kind of play through their press as quickly as we possibly could, but first 10-15 minutes we couldn't really get into the game. I felt as if Leipzig really dominated, and it spooked the boys a kind of wee bit. But after that, you know, some of our play was very good, especially in the second half. Our organisation behind the ball defensively was very good. We've done a wee bit of work in that because again we know where Leipzig want to play. They want to play centrally, they want to combine centrally, which if they can then get through your press, they'll get the players to hurt you. So, but to do that, the boys had to obviously buy into everything that we've spoken about, and they did that, and the work ethic, the way they played, and in the second half with the ball, some of the stuff was very, very good. So, no, really pleased. And then again, we've lost a couple of goals late on throughout the campaign. So I was really pleased for the boys the way they stood up to the challenge in the last 5-10 minutes. Balls come into your box at any level of football, you need to defend your box, and you can see that sometimes with development football, that's the one area that young players struggle with. You can see with now the centre backs, both Lenny and Mitch, want to be the ones that go and head the ball, which takes a real pressure off the rest of the team. So no, all round a really positive performance, and with the performance you're able to get the result.
Yeah, we've spoken on a few occasions about how good and tough these tests can be, and that was another one this afternoon, but especially to come away with a win. Yeah,
but listen, again, our focus isn't to our focus to try and develop individuals from within a structure and a framework of what we try and then do as a football club. Hopefully people can see that there's consistencies and there's clarity in how we're trying to play, which we're trying to emulate the first team the best we possibly can. But the most important thing for us is to develop the individual. In moments like this, in UEFA Youth League games, it's about the characteristics and the personality of the young player as well, because they're going to get tested in different ways for what we do domestically. And I think when we look at the game back, there's certainly loads of evidence of how well the boys applied themselves, and how they really felt as if there was a kind of will to win and a will to defend your box later on in the game, which again is part of your development as a young player.
You know, it would have been so disappointing to lose out so late on last time, but the boys really bounced back today and done well.
Yeah, especially we spoke to them at half time about we just gave them a couple of pointers which could hurt the opposition, and again it's just the boys getting the belief that at this level they're good enough to compete. Our group of players were individually and collectively, this is the level that our boys are good enough to compete at, but they need to feel it themselves on the pitch. We've had two really difficult away games against Dortmund and against Atalanta, and again two really important home games that we felt as if we could compete. We've certainly competed in all four games. The Dortmund game we were beaten pretty convincingly, but there was still loads of learnings from within that, and in the other three games we've been very good. So loads of positives. Like I say, I think we've got 7 games in November, and another 7 games in December. So again, part of the young players' development is how quickly can we rest, how quickly can we recover, because the amount of games that we play at this club, that's what we need to do to prepare boys for our first team.